Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into something lots of us have probably experienced, this communication style that's, well, really common, often quite arrogant, and surprisingly, totally self-defeating. We're talking about the Ganken bud, which we're calling the official tone for our deep dive today.
hmm
You know, the one, that bossy, demanding way people talk when they think they need to project authority?
Exactly. And our sources really dig into this through the story of Tim. He's a 30-year-old sales manager. And he genuinely believed that this commanding style, this official tone, was absolutely key to showing he had authority, or as he called it, genuine influence.
Right, and that's the core puzzle, isn't it? He thought he was building influence.
Yeah, but in reality, his whole approach was just making people respect him less. It was completely backfiring.
So our mission today is to unpack Tung's story, look at his, well, pretty costly mistakes, actually. We want to help you spot this tone, understand where it comes from, this sort of weak foundation, and crucially, give you some practical ways to switch out those commands for requests that, actually build real influence.
Let's dive right in with a really clear example.
Yeah.
Tung in a coffee shop.
Okay, yeah. So picture this. Tung's just closed a deal. He's feeling good about himself. The coffee shop is absolutely packed. Servers are running around like crazy.
Total chaos. And Tung, naturally, needs his bill and decides, well, he's the most important person there right now.
So it doesn't make eye contact, barely lifts a hand, just snaps his fingers. You can almost hear the tatch sound.
Yeah.
And then barks out, tin, which basically translates to, you calculate the bill. It's just so abrupt, so dismissive.
Like the server's not even a person, just a function.
Exactly. Now, contrast that with his colleague, Lynn. As they were leaving, she needed some napkins. What did she do?
Well, she gently called a different server over, but importantly, she acknowledged they were busy. She said something like, excuse me, when you have a moment, could you possibly get me some extra napkins? Thank you so much. Soft, respectful.
And the results, completely different.
Totally.
Okay.
So got his bill? Sure, but the source says the whole interaction was now kind of sour,
Yeah.
bitter with the server's unspoken contempt.
Yeah.
Lynn, though, she got what she needed immediately, with a smile. Cheerful service. Tung actually thought Lynn was being weak, too polite.
He completely missed the point. He didn't see the hidden cost of his own arrogance.
And this gets to the heart of the issue, which our sources call the scarcity status mindset. The original term is tudune omat.
Okay, scarcity status mindset. Unpack that a bit. Why that name?
Well, it stems from this core belief, Tung's belief really, that status is like a limited resource, a zero-sum game.
Ah, I see. So for him to feel up, someone else has to be down.
Precisely. He thinks, I'm the customer, the server is, temporarily in a lower position, they're
So what does he do? He just marches over to Hung's desk.
pretty much barges in, interrupts him, cuts him off mid-sentence even, and just lays down the law. My project is urgent too. Just do it. Need it by 3 p.m.
Wow. And he probably walked away thinking, nailed it. That's how you show authority.
Oh, absolutely. But Hung, remember, isn't accountable to Tung at all. So what does he do? He uses the system. Sort of. Quiet resistance.
Wow.
Well, when Tung storms back at 3:01 p.m. demanding the report, Hung calmly says, oh, yes, the report's done, but, company policy requires all critical reports get signed off by the IT manager first.
Nah, I see where this is going.
And unfortunately, Hung adds, the IT manager just stepped out for the rest of the day.
So Tung gets nothing. His urgent need is completely unmet because his order had no real weight.
Exactly. It was an empty command. And this is where the CEO, Min, offers some really crucial insight. He draws a line between Tung's pretend authority and the real deal.
What was his take?
Min used an analogy. He said, look, when a high-ranking government official gives an order, the country generally listens. Why? Because that official has two things: mass acceptance, legitimacy, and crucially, the power to enforce that command. Consequences.
Okay.
Tung, however, only had a need for that data. He had zero actual right or power to command Hung. And Mon's point was, when you issue an order you can't back up, you don't devalue the other person.
You devalue yourself. You look weak, desperate.
Precisely. You just look silly. And this connects to that other toxic pattern the sources mentioned, right? The whole kissing up, kicking down thing.
Yeah, tell us about that. Tung was good at this too.
Oh, a natural. Apparently, he could be incredibly charming and, solicitous towards the CEO, but then moments later turn around and be completely harsh to someone like Checo.
Who's Cheho?
The office cleaner, someone who'd been with the company for like 20 years.
Okay, so what happened with her?
Tung tracks mud onto a floor she just cleaned. And instead of apologizing, he just barks at her, "Wipe up my footprints, now."
Oh, no. How did she react?
She just looked at him, said calmly she was busy cleaning the lobby right then, and turned around and went back to her work. Completely ignored his command.
Because he had no actual power over her job.
None whatsoever. He couldn't fire her, couldn't discipline her. His little power play just made him look, as the source puts it, like a ridiculous figure. Anyone watching knew instantly who held the real sort of moral high ground there. And it definitely wasn't Tung.
Wow. Okay, so all this internal friction, the contempt from service staff, the pushback from colleagues like Hung, the complete lack of respect shown to long-serving staff like Chet-Hoa, it all builds up. And then comes the big one, right? The massive screw-up.
The final straw, yeah.
Well,
Losing a huge contract. We're talking multi-billion Vietnamese dong here.
Yeah.
Tens of billions just gone.
Yeah.
Because of his tone.
Who was the client?
It was a Japanese company led by a Mr. Tanaka, described as very sharp, very discerning, but also very respectful himself. They're in the final negotiation, high stakes, lots of pressure.
And Mr. Tanaka asks for a small technical detail, a clarification.
Right. And Tung feels the pressure. He starts to panic internally.
And when Tung panics...
He defaults.
Yeah.
Straight back to the official tone. In front of everyone, the Japanese delegation, his own team, he just whirls around and yells at his assistant, Lin, call technical. Ask if they can deliver. Fast.
Oh, man. Just loud, abrupt, dismissive. Again.
Instantly, the mood just dies. The source says the atmosphere froze. Mr. Tanaka's smile vanished. The meeting wrapped up very quickly after that.
Did Tung even realize what he'd done?
Apparently not right away. He left the meeting blaming Lin for being too slow, for not having the info ready.
So what was the actual consequence?
The contract was canceled. Pulled completely. And CEO Min made absolutely sure Tung knew why. Mr. Tanaka told them point blank they couldn't partner with, couldn't trust, a team whose leader does not know how to respect his own colleagues.
Wow, so his internal behavior, how he treated his own team?
Directly killed a massive external deal. It destroyed trust. That perceived power of his official tone cost the company and him potentially tens of billions. It wasn't just about her feelings anymore. It hit the bottom line hard.
Okay, so this had to be Tung's wake-up call, right?
Yeah.
What did CEO Min teach him? How do you actually replace that ingrained bossy instinct?
Well, the core lesson was actually quite simple, almost like basic language surgery. Min showed him the difference between ordering that you bill example and requesting, which might sound like, excuse me, when you have a free moment, could you please sort out the bill for me? It's about adding politeness, acknowledging the other person.
Using those softener words.
Exactly. Simple tools, really. Please. Or framing it as asking for a favor in the Vietnamese, acknowledging you might be bothering someone. And the big one, just a simple thank you.
It's basically signaling respect for their time, their effort, their humanity.
Precisely. And when Tung actually started doing this, the change was, like, immediate.
How so? Like with Hung in IT.
Yeah, perfect example. Next time he needed something from Hung, he approached him differently. He actually apologized for being aggressive before. Then he used that asking for a favor language. Hey, could you possibly take a look at this for me? I'd love to buy you a coffee for your trouble.
And Hung's reaction?
Total turnaround. Instead of digging his heels in, Hung became helpful, proactive, an ally, not an obstacle.
What about the coffee shop test? Did he try it there too?
He did. Next time, he used the gentle approach. Excuse me, when you're ready, could you please get the bill for me? Thank you.
And?
Server smiled. Handled it twice as fast as before.
It's almost counterintuitive, isn't it? By being less demanding, he got more cooperation.
That was the huge realization for Tung. When he demanded, people resisted, even subtly. They'd comply minimally, maybe, but resentfully. When he dropped the ego, showed some basic respect. People wanted to help. They complied voluntarily, often did a better job, and actually supported him.
So he didn't lose authority. He traded that fake, brittle power for real influence. The kind built on respect, not fear.
Exactly. Real light.
Okay, so let's bring this home for everyone listening. How can you apply this starting, like, right now?
Right. 3 simple steps. First, do a 24-hour self-audit.
Right.
Just for the next day. Pay close attention. Listen to yourself. How often do you default to a command tone? Maybe with a server, security guard, your own team, maybe even family.
Just notice it. Where does that commanding voice pop up for you?
Yeah, just awareness is step 1. Step 2, mentally separate need from dignity. Remind yourself, You have a need for something to get done. You don't have the right to trample someone's dignity to get it done. Making that distinction is huge for humility and honestly for effective leadership.
Okay, and the third step?
Build your thank you mouth muscle.
Hmm.
This sounds silly, but consciously practice adding please and thank you to every request. Make it automatic instead of just send that email.
Could you send that email for me, please? Thanks so much.
Exactly. It costs nothing, takes maybe half a second, but it signals respect. It tells the other person you see them and value their contribution.
Because ultimately, it comes down to that choice Tung had, doesn't it? The choice we all have every day.
Mm-hmm. You can try to feel big by making others feel small. That's the scarcity status mindset we talked about. Or you can actually elevate yourself by showing respect to everyone at the official tone. That's always the first option. It's the easy, lazy, and ultimately destructive path.
And that final thought from CEO Min is really powerful too. Tung was judging people based on their job title today.
Right. But Min's point was, you have no idea who people really are or who they might become. The security guard today, he said, could be raising a future genius. The server you just snapped at might own a restaurant chain in 5 years.
So respecting others isn't really about their status today.
It's about your character. Always. You need allies in this world, not secret enemies you created just because you couldn't be bothered to be polite. Change your tone. You really can change your outcomes. Change your life.